Yeah, look, we got us a casual geographic video. This is why the Amazon makes Australia look like a joke. Guess what, though? Guess what? Guess what will never see me also? Just like Australia's never seeing me, Amazon ain't either. Like, what is this? Like, what am I looking at? Yeah.
Boy, ain't no way, boy.
Bro, now mind you, this is prey to both of them. He watching his prey get buzzed down by his other prey. Like, oh my God. Yes, that was a crocodile. Yes. He watching his op fight his other op, knowing he weak to both of them. I'm good, bro.
Boy, ain't no.
If Australia is Satan's sandbox, then the Amazon is its older brother raised by Brazil's Snake Island and tutored by the Darien Gap while babysat by the Serengeti. The land of felony deer and eight-legged landlords is a country club compared to the largest rainforest and factory of nonsense on the planet. Because Australia is not that bad for what its reputation is, and for the most part, discernment and common sense will keep you in present tense. But also the Amazon would take Australia's lunch money. This is a jungle that has swallowed cities, animated nightmares,
Oh shit. Oh. Yo, hold on. Oh my God. Oh my God. That, oh. Hold on. Oh, that was bad. Oh, God. Oof. I'm hot. Fuck. Oh, shit. Hold on. Give me a second. Oh, that fucked me up, bro. All right, I'm gonna. Oh, fuck. Fuck, I thought it went past. Okay. I'm gonna rewind. So y'all can see it. And then chat, y'all just tell me when it's over. Alright? Chat, y'all just tell me when it's over, chat. Alright?
Australia's lunch money. This is a jungle that has swallowed cities, animated nightmares, and even Charles Darwin was naturally selected as a tribute to the
Is it over?
Allegedly. The Amazon is a living bullet hell from top to bottom.
Okay.
The most dangerous animals in it, and the ones most likely to leave you full-time horizontal, will surprise you.
Fuck.
What better way to start than with the actual king of the jungle? The jaguar, the cat whose name means he who kills with one leap. Fitting, because this cat is a walking one-shot, and arguably one of the most unfair apex predators out there.
That shit is crazy.
They can swim better than any big cat ever should. They can also climb, and these talents they'll combine.
Yo, I ain't gonna lie, this might be. Hold on, how many views this video got? Very, very telling. It's bro. Listen. This is. I feel like this is about to be a banger video though. Like, even though that shit fucked me up, I will never let that down. Casual Geographic, you need to put a fucking warning or something next time, all right? But I feel like this is about to be a tough-ass video because the Amazon got some motherfuckers.
Big cat ever should. They can also climb, and these talents they'll come.
He's in a tree preying on an alligator.
To rain absolute pain on the food chain. Jaguars are the third largest cat and the biggest you'll find in America. But pound for pound, no other cat bites harder. Thanks to a wide skull packed with masseter muscles and a shorter jaw for more crushing leverage, a motivated jaguar is said to have a bite force 7 times its own body weight, outclassing their carnivorous counterparts. The bull shark of the big cats has a bite that can break through a sea turtle's carapace.
What? Not the turtles?
Which they regularly prey on. They also flatline caiman. Thanks
literally, like I'm watching.
To the jaguar's habit of going for the back of the head. It's a hell of an attitude adjustment, one that can penetrate the skull and pierce the brain and leave a caiman anything but okay. So safe to say, you'd have
hold on.
Penetrate the skull and
first of all, this is crazy. Took that nigga out his own habitat. The water is where he thrives and fucked him up. You feel me?
Pierce the brain and leave a caiman anything but okay. So safe to
look at this fucking demon. I'm good. I'm good. Amazon will never see me either. Not even gonna lie.
You'd have no chance if John Whiskers decided to make you a memory. Victims of jaguar.
And he just in that motherfucker sleep, bro. You're a victim.
Jaguar attacks all have one thing in common, and it's that they all look like they were mauled by a claw hammer. In 2010, a 17-year-old was returning from a fishing trip when a jaguar exploded out of a ravine and jumped onto the boat, knocking both into the water before resurfacing with the teen's head in its mouth.
What the fuck? Yo, yeah, fuck that. There should be no way you're as good in water as you are on land.
A bystander fended the cat off with an iron pipe, and somehow the teen survived despite devastating head trauma, memory loss, and bone fragments from his skull nearly piercing his brain.
Oh my god.
The jaguar wandered into an open tent and mauled the 21-year-old inside to death, with his body found with fatal damage to his spinal cord. Jaguars are the Amazon equalizer.
Oh my
many
god.
People will fear most in the jungle, but the humbling part
Yo! Look at that shit, man.
They could easily
No. Wrap it up. Wrap it the fuck. I don't know what it needs to be wrapped, but it up. I don't know what needs to be wrapped, but it up. Put it somewhere. Put it somewhere.
Do way worse. Out of all the big cats, it's jaguar attacks that are the least likely, other than snow leopards, and they live on heaven's driveway. From 1950 to 2025, there have been only 84 recorded jaguar attacks on people in the Brazilian Amazon, with 13 deaths that we know of. Not only is that a little more than one attack a year, many incidents involve hunters flanked by hunting dogs. Most people that have run into a wild jaguar will tell you they're more likely to barely acknowledge you and just keep it pushing. This is an apex predator that actively avoids us. And for good reason.
Thank God.
Considering humans nearly wiped them out and they're only just starting to come back to the United States, we're definitely what this brolic big cat has nightmares about. And while
in the United States? Where? Where so I don't go? Where? They're in the wild in the United States? Where? So I don't go.
Any solace if you do get pressed by a jaguar, there's actually much worse things to encounter in the Amazon than a leopard that lifts. For example,
you're swimming alone in the Amazon and you hear this strange sound. What is this?
You'll probably never hear a sound like that in the Amazon. But if you do, you may never hear anything ever again, because a gang of giant river otters can absolutely cancel you. One alone can grow to 6 feet long and is tough enough to square
6 feet? A river otter? 6 feet?
up with a jaguar, but an army
he fighting back. He fighting back.
These giga otters will also victimize kids.
They was about to come get their nigga. Hold on.
With scientists watching a pack of fur piranhas eviscerate a 5-foot caiman to nothing. No bones, no skull, just a former concept.
A pack of how many?
Eviscerate a 5-foot otters will also victimize caiman. With scientists watching a pack of fur piranhas eviscerate a 5-foot caiman to nothing. No bones, no skull, just a former concept. In under 45 minutes. Giant otters are built like a bad trip, with eyes that could win a staring contest with the void, but just like with jaguars, it's actually their cousins that do more damage. Despite local legends of giant otters capsizing canoes and tearing the canoe into shreds.
Nah, they look like grown-ass men. Like, I'm so used to otters looking like pretty princess babies. Those is grown-ass men. I'm good. I don't want to play with those. All the other otters, I fuck with those. I want to play with them. I love those. They're adorable. Them grown ass niggas right there, I'm good, bro. Sterling, you want my dog to die? What's good with you? What's good with you?
This bug-eyed breaststroking abomination mostly eats fish and rarely comes into contact with people. There's no case of a wild...
Yeah, that's a grown ass man. That's not no baby. Little princess baby otter that's so adorable and plays with the rocks on its tummy. No, that's a grown-ass name. His name is Daquan, and he will fuck you up with his cousins. Fuck that. Fuck that. Teeth silver as fuck. Fuck that.
Giant otter authoring a human obituary. And if one did, it would likely be defensive. But God help you if you offend otters enough for that, because this man showed what the consequences could be.
No.
After rescuing a child that had fallen into the otter den at a zoo, Sergeant Silvio Hollenbach was swarmed and mauled by a family of enraged otters. which ultimately killed him. But an important fact is, it was likely in defense of recently born otter pups. So just like a jaguar, this is an apex predator that's more likely to ignore you than gore you. But it's always best to respect a creature that could put a jaguar in reverse with no key, which is why you should be more afraid.
Jumping. That's the art of jumping, chat. The art of jumping. Either you get with it or you get lost, man. I'm telling you. Look at that. I'm good. I don't give a fuck if I'm a jaguar. I'm good off this too.
Of the giant anteater, the ultimate sleeper build, because the same claws they use to break into termite mounds can easily tuck you in for a permanap. And when you realize termite mounds are built like concrete, then you'll realize that I lied. A 7-foot feather duster is something a jaguar has to worry about. Giant anteaters have killed jaguars, and they have a human body count too. In 2012, a 47-year-old...
Oh, he chasing him down. Walk him down, Ant. That's his Instagram handle. Walk him down, Ant. Look at him.
Approached an anteater head on, as if he didn't take the animal seriously. The anteater slashed his thigh and bled him to death. 2 years earlier, an anteater defended itself against another hunter and killed him after severing his femoral artery. A homicidal panda-armed vacuum cleaner is not a joke. The first red flag is being anything that comfortable in the presence of a predator. But the reason
he's chilling too. The jaguar, like, I don't know. Are y'all sure this is sanitary? It looks questionable to me. Go ahead, try it. Try it. Try it. Try it. Don't look at us for help. Try it. Let's see how far you get. Hey, may the best one win, bro.
My Terminator than a jaguar is the predator paradox. Remember, with
this
predators, you gotta earn their concern. Unless cubs are involved, otters won't bother, and jaguars are big enough to not care. But a legally blind Freddy Krueger steroid sloth will bleed you the first time you look like a threat. And they don't get safer in captivity, because in 2007, a zookeeper was gored so badly, she had to get her leg amputated in an operation that ultimately killed her. You're gonna learn that you fear the prey more than the predator, which is why it's surprising that arguably the jaguar's most feared prey is an animal you probably wouldn't think of.
Oh, yo, I'm so scared he's gonna show that fucking centipede again, chat. Like, I feel like every time he starts talking about the next animal, I get like scared, bro. I feel like I'm gonna fucking freak out.
You're screwed if you get pressed by Peccaries. Not just because they have tusks that can emancipate.
Nah, these niggas, they're different, bro. In any capacity, anywhere they are. These wild hogs are different. They will eat anything and everything. That's why a lot of people don't eat pork. Now, I don't eat like pork chops and shit like that. But I'm gonna eat some bacon. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna eat that bacon. I'm gonna be honest. Bacon good as fuck.
Your insides, because they roll in packs too and will defend each other. 300-pound jaguars have been driven up the trees by murder swine, and from this video you can see they'll deliver that same smoke to people. This is the mammal that scares me the most in the Amazon, because if you see one, you know many more will follow. People have found dead jaguars with stab wounds, but surrounded by hooves. That pretty much tells you how the cat went out. Not only is this not a big likely responsible for gun laws in certain states, it's arguably
literally, like in Texas, it's legal. It's legal to hunt them. I still want to do the thing where we're in a helicopter and I'm shooting these motherfuckers out of helicopter like I'm fucking Rambo or something. I was told I can do that, and at one point I'm going to do that. I'm gonna be in a helicopter with a big ass fucking gun, and I'm a hoot, and I'm going to embrace my Texan. I'm not playing with you. I want to do that. I want to try it.
the worst mammalian jump scare in the jungle, but the most dangerous is an animal you may not have even considered unless you live there. Because in a study interviewing over 120 people, more than 40% have been attacked by a vampire bat.
Okay,
only 3 species regularly feed on blood, but the common vampire bat specializes in bleeding mammals. Usually that means seals and livestock, but opportunity can bring them right to humans. The first known outbreak of human rabies transmitted by bats was in 1930s Trinidad, where up to 90 people died. In 2005, there were 55 human rabies cases caused by bats, which was up from the 46 in 2004. Since the 1930s, it's estimated that over 1,000 people have died to vampire bat-assisted rabies, with the bulk being in Brazil and Peru. Now,
damn! The fuck?
Bats already get a lot of shit, and I feel bad for even contributing to it. Just keep in mind that typically less than 1% of bats in an area may have rabies at any given time, and they're only really a problem in places with difficult access to medical attention, like the Amazon. But there's also a chance bats being more dangerous is only thanks to us. One species was said to only bleed birds like guan and tinamous, but with their natural prey driven out by human activity, they started resorting to people, with a 2016 study finding human blood in bat samples. Mind you, before it was thought that these bats would rather starve than drink mammalian blood. Bats have an unfair reputation for what they do for the world. Without them, we wouldn't have chocolate or tequila. But it'd also be a lie if I said the chances you fall asleep outside and get your blood assets drained aren't zero. In their defense,
does it hurt?
The mammals of the Amazon are only responsible for a fraction of the life retirements there. Well, most of the mammals.
I'm scared.
Wink. But it's the reptiles that are more infamous. And no reptile displays the insanity of the Amazon more than the caiman. I feel so bad for the caiman. It seems evolving on a winning team only led to them getting bodied. They get
Damn, that motherfucker was putting in work.
Their wigs split by jaguars, and can get mauled by otters, squeezed to a flat line by anaconda, and electrocuted by an animal that has no business having that power. When they're small, they can get attack on tightened by heron, or ravished by rodents. And when they finally get big enough,
Jesus fuck.
Caiman earned the ire of the most dangerous predator of all time.
Humans.
Caiman got dropped into hardcore server and have been getting curb stomped by the jungle census since. Except there's one caiman this doesn't really apply to. The black caiman can grow to 16 feet long, weigh over 1,000
Oh my fuck. Fuck.
pounds, and an adult would not take this crap from a jaguar. In fact, in the land of apex predators, the black caiman might be the apex predator, as many locals fear them more than any jaguar, otter, or eagle.
Do you see that big bitch? Bro, do you see how, first of all, do you see how long it's still in frame? This video's been playing for like 5 seconds and it's still in frame. Holy shit.
Caiman might be the apex predator, as many locals fear them more than any jaguar.
Its head is off the screen, and this is a big ass gap where 4 humans are fitting in this gap, and there's still space for its tail and everything. Get the fuck out of here. Lakers need a center on baby.
Or otter or eel. Since 2014, there have been 66 caiman attacks with 19 deaths, with most occurring near fishing sites. And while most of these attacks are provoked by people, the scariest thing is their personalities. Caiman in areas where they've historically been hunted are shy and super people avoiding. But in other areas, people will tell you that they'll attack anything that moves. And I promise you're not.
You say, you think I won't get on this fucking boat? Look at how he was. It's like, you think I'm pussy? You think I'm gonna get on this boat? Oh, watch this.
Yes, people will tell you that they'll attack anything that moves, and I
hell no.
promise you're not ready for how powerful the biggest member of the alligator family can be. Just the force of their tail can shatter your knee with a well-aimed swing. But unlike crocodiles, caiman don't really have the reputation for becoming man-eaters, and like others, a majority of their victims are fish. And again, it's another example of humans being the real monsters. Because the black caiman was nearly poached into extinction for its hide, so bad that it led to the explosion of the capybara and piranha that were being kept in check, which ironically would only bite humanity right in the agriculture. But there's one reptile that has a reputation worse than the caiman, and it's...
Oh, it's a snake. Okay.
This trigger warning is only because my mom's afraid of snakes, and if you're like her, go to this timestamp.
Can you do that? Can you do that for the other ones? Can you do that for the other ones, please? Like, snakes is fine. I can do snakes. I can do that. Do that for the other ones, please, bro. I'm leaving. Bro, yo, I'm laughing, but I feel you, bro, because if he put that motherfucker on this screen and there's no trigger warning, I'm a fucking crash, bro.
Warning, because the other side of this trigger warning is the biggest snake on the planet. Not the longest, that would be the reticulated python. But the heavyweight title goes to the green anaconda. Now, the anaconda is actually...
Damn, that bitch fat. That bitch fat.
Victim to the most egregious size exaggerations of any animal. But most agree a female can reach the neighborhood of 20 feet long and violate the scales at nearly 550 pounds. You probably know the anaconda life deprives with an existing ending embrace, but it's not the suffocation that does you. It's the fact that they squeeze so tight, your heart can't pump against the pressure and any blood flow to the brain gets blocked. Not to mention, backwards facing teeth make it impossible to escape custody. An adult Amazonian anaconda is another apex predator, one that can swallow virtually anything, thanks to jaws that don't unhinge but actually stretch to accommodate, and a windpipe they can shove out of their mouths to breathe through like a meat snorkel. So Stevie Wonder could see how tight.
Oh my fuck. And them motherfuckers just be underwater, dude. GG's, bro.
Tanabo's little brother could easily void a human. But there is a catch. Human shoulders are the #1 reason most snakes aren't physically capable of swallowing a human, and even if they are, it is very, very rare for one to try, let alone succeed.
Thank God. Thank God. Shout out to my shoulders for real. Boulder shoulders. I'm finna make them bigger. I'm finna go to the gym and focus only shoulders. Yo, I'm finna go to the gym and do only shoulders for the rest of my life. Fuck that. Boulders. I need boulders, bro. Oh, hell no.
And even though the biggest anacondas probably could, there are 0 cases of one ever eating a person. Let me say that again. It's never happened that we know of. People have been struck by condas, but the animal that eats like 5 times a year and then spends the rest of it on power save mode definitely is doing it out of defense. Meaning if a paraplegic dragon bites you, you probably did something. I get it, but this is not the snake to be afraid of in the Amazon. That would be, look, snakes have a worse PR than bad.
Black Mamba. That's the Black Mamba, ain't it?
So I don't even want to do them like that. But if you see a pit viper in a cut, pick a higher power and start a conversation. There's a lot of venomous snakes in the Amazon, and the most infamous is the common lancehead, or the furtilance.
Oh, never mind. Never mind. I thought it was a Black Mamba.
Out of all the venomous snake bites in the Amazon, the common lancehead is responsible for up to 90%. Between 2012 and 2021, the number of common lancehead bites was 202,600.
Yo.
604 with 766.
Yo. Yeah. Amazon. It's been, you know what I'm saying? It's been real, bro. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Dap me up. It's been real. Y'all be easy, you know what I'm saying? Wish you nothing but the best. Keep thriving and prospering over there. For sure.
Deaths, and I'm gonna link the study that said it in the description because I read it and I don't believe it. Lancehead venom isn't just toxic, it's designed to murk prey fast so the snake doesn't have to track them. The venom attacks tissues and blood cells and causes them to lyse and burst, instigating internal hemorrhaging while also blocking blood clotting with anticoagulants to keep you bleeding. And it happens fast. One 10-year-old girl was bit, and even with relatively quick medical attention, she still had to get her leg amputated. Another girl was struck, likely by a furtilance, and the venom turned her leg into a black stick. You can look it up if you want. I'm sure as hell not going to show it here.
Yeah.
But a black stick tinted green. That is what her leg was reduced to. Now, what cost her leg was the fact that she was originally treated with traditional medicine and not brought to a clinic until a month later. Most times with immediate medical, a majority of bite victims end up making a full recovery. And the fact that most bites end up being dry explains the low bite to death ratio. But it's when you get envenomated in an area of difficult or remote access that you're basically a walking corpse.
Yeah.
The sad part is, snakes don't want to resort to using venom unless they think their life is in danger. In fact, most times the snake will bite at you instead of biting you. But lanceheads often hunt rats in coffee or banana plantations, which can lead to a double-edged jump scare for them and the farm workers. So while everyone's scared of Satan's weighted jump rope, it's a snake you don't see that should scare you. Also, honorable mention to the Bushmaster. With a name like that, you are not to be played with. You got it. But it's not just the venomous occupants that'll fold you. The poisonous ones will get you too. And the Amazon has the most poisonous animal on the planet. And the fact that it's a tiny skin level frog is
alright. Found the timestamp. Fuck me. I didn't want to get shocked by it, so I skimmed through the video. Chad, I'm crying. I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it. Oh my god. Oh my god. I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it.
Has the most poisonous animal on the planet, and the fact that it's a tiny skin
I'm not scared of the, you know what I'm saying,
of a frog is the second biggest you of the forest. The same caustic Kermit.
Chat, I'm gonna make y'all watch it. I'm literally gonna close my eyes and listen. Legit shit. I'm going to let it play on the screen and you niggas is gonna watch it. You better close your eyes with me.
That could sleep comfortably on a quarter has enough toxins to one-shot 20 people, 20,000 mice, and 2 bull African elephants. There are
elephants? Elephants, nigga?
No elephants in the Amazon. This thing's built like a biblical punishment. The poison
Why the fuck is it in your mouth, dumbass nigga? Okay,
frog got its name from indigenous hunters rubbing their arrow tips on the frog's back. If you were to get injected, at best the batrachotoxin would cause numbness and nausea. At a higher concentration, the poison that runs interference between nerves would cause paralysis, convulsions, and even seizures. Any higher and the paralysis of the diaphragm.
They're so colorful. And if I've ever learned anything about animals, when they're too colorful, that's a fucking problem. Once they get real fucking pretty, that's when you're gonna die. Literally. And if they pretty as hell, that's death.
And heart failure would cause suffocation, cardiac arrest, and death. To add insult to permanent inactivity, it's not even their poison they're packing, that is a stolen bag. The amphibian poison pill gets it from the beetles they eat and open carries the chemicals. To my knowledge, a poison frog hasn't directly packed up a person, but recently Russian opposition Alexei Navalny.
Russia killed opposition leader during dart frog toxin. Wow, using dart. Wow.
Was lethally poisoned by, poison frog poison. So on the list of animals to fear in the Amazon, rancid rabbits are pretty low. Mostly because their dress code is a literal red flag, along with green, gold.
Literally, what the fuck? Look at this rainbow shit. You think I'm touching any of it?
And all the others. Getting in the water is different because you'd likely never see it coming. So what is the scariest fish in the Amazon? Because there are a lot of options. The arachnids is a several 100-pound armor-plated Jurassic guppy that can easily turn your
knocked his clean his shit. I remember that.
The most aggressive shark species and the closest to the stereotype, and they've been known to venture up the Amazon. And while they're not as unhinged as their reputation,
bull sharks having the highest testosterone in the animal kingdom is actually
and attacks in rivers are super rare. Murky river water is the best place to become a shark statistic. And the pacu has human teeth, and
that shit is still crazy as fuck to me.
Has been nicknamed the ball cutter. No further comment. But the most infamous fish in the Amazon is the candiru, and they're the reason people say you should never pee in the waters. According to legend, the parasitic
that's that joint that go in your pee pee hole.
It will follow the urine up your urethra
and go in your pee pee hole. Yeah, chat. That shit crazy. Good luck to y'all on that. Shout out to all the girls in the chat. You know what I'm saying? Ladies, we good. We solid. Dab me up. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Hey, man. Hide your pee-pee holes, guys. Love y'all, though.
Where they get lodged up there with their backwards facing spines.
Nigga said, who you talking to?
Look at the anaconda's jaws.
Y'all pee-pee too, but we don't pee-pee like from the, you know what I'm saying? We can't like really have a stream to pee in the water where it'll come up, you know what I'm saying? This shit, you know what I'm saying? Is unorthodox down there, you feel me? Y'all gonna have to figure it out.
But clamped inside the most sensitive part of your body.
Wait, what the that's the teeth on that thing?
Spines. Think of the anaconda's jaws, but clamped inside the most sensitive part of your body, and allegedly, only invasive surgery can remove it. But in all of humanity's history, there has been only one recorded case of such a fate, with one man in 1997 claiming that a candiru jumped out of the water, swam up his pee stream, and into him. Yet science has proven that not only is that physically impossible, like fluid physics, it has also been proven that candiru aren't even attracted to human urine. The piranha is another fish with—
So how the fuck did that happen to him? Y'all safe though, chat. He said it can't happen. Y'all safe. But how the fuck did it get in his pee-pee? He had to be out in the water just pee-pee out, bro. He had to be.
Bad PR, but we now know that they're mostly shy scavengers that also eat plants. You could sit in a pool of feeding piranhas and, like a toddler's vegetables, likely go untouched. Now, attacks do happen, and headlines can be something out of a horror movie, but they're rare, and usually only in times of extreme environmental stress in shallow water. Also, the whole piranha flesh stripping a cow thing was actually a psyop staged by locals to impress President Theodore Roosevelt. You're much more likely to accidentally eat a piranha than the other way around. And even the pacu's ball-biting reputation has been greatly exaggerated. So what's the scariest fish in the Amazon? It's definitely the one that's less eel than fish. The electric eel is actually a knife fish related to a catfish, but is closer to an aquatic taser. The fact that there's a fish that just up and weaponized electricity and we just all accept that as a fact of life is the third biggest middle finger the Amazon has to offer. And at 8 feet up to 40 pounds, this imitation eel has killed people. But it's not the electricity you worry about. It's getting knocked out in water and drowning knee deep. It's also the fact they can jump out of the water to tase you, which scientists discovered by accident
insane.
when they tried transferring one into
this probe lights up when the electric eel gives it a shock. Oh, fuck off.
Aquarium, and nearly got fried in the process.
That shit is crazy.
8 feet of not an eel can have all their vital organs packed into 20% of their body. The remaining 80 is reserved for electric organs. This is one of those things you blindly accept as a kid, only to severely question the existence of as an adult. So we went through mammals, reptiles, fish, and amphibians. That only leaves the most dangerous group of all. Kinda. Because spiders aren't insects, but damn it, they're going in this section. Oh, yeah, spider warning. So
no, fuck off. Because why was that warning so ass? That warning, you gave us a crazy snake warning, but the warning for this was so weak. You know what the fuck you doing. He know what he doing, bro. Chad, I'm good with spiders. Spiders don't,
tarantulas in the
you know?
world. The funny thing is, they rarely prey on birds, but the naming guy made damn sure you don't forget they can.
They still
mostly go
creepy
for
though.
rats,
They still a little
frogs,
creepy
lizards,
though.
sometimes snakes, and they do this by paralyzing prey with venom and then liquefying their insides with enzymes to turn the prey into soup. But as that one weird spider apologist that refused to kill them as a kid, I gotta say that tarantulas are virtually harmless, with venom no worse than a wasp sting, and they've never killed a human. The most dangerous thing about them is that they're terrified of humans and will flick highly irritating hairs into your face as defense, and those hairs are absolute hell if they get in your eyes. And as intimidating as a Goliath might be, they're like a soft-shelled lobster to a coati. And people too, because the tarantula is considered a delicacy. Now this spider is a different ballgame. The Brazilian wandering spider is responsible for thousands of bites a year, with an estimated 40,000 occurring annually in its namesake country. Like the tarantula, they're also afraid of people and lash out defensively. The problem is, they also hide in dark crevices, which leads to a mutual jump scare from people. They have an especially bad habit of finding themselves inside shipments of bananas. There was one time a store in Austria was shut down for several days after one spawned out of a banana crate like a jack-in-the-box. Appropriate response because the Brazilian Antichrist
is he
venom
eating
has
a
lot of
fucking
effects,
frog?
paralysis, trouble breathing, but the most infamous side effect is that envenomation.
They just be eating shit. Like they don't even, bro. They don't even know what their food chain is over there. They don't know what their food chain is. They just eat shit.
Can cause a painful several-hour case of priapism. Now Google priapism and you'll understand why this is the #1 middle finger of the rainforest. One that can end your baby-making career permanently. But even with thousands of recorded bites a year, there have been less than 20 deaths recorded since the 1900s. Mostly because, again, animals
hold on, we getting there.
don't love to waste venom, and most bites are dry.
Chad, I'm looking
even
away.
If they
I'm looking at y'all, Chad.
Anti-venom, you're almost guaranteed to be fine. That being said,
I'm not pausing.
you better have anti-venom. I love Die Hard, not enough to live it. That being said, I take a spider over a centipede. The Amazonian variety is the largest on the planet, and they punch way above their weight class, with a prey list that can include birds, bats, and rats.
I don't give a fuck.
Centipedes like this can submit prey 15 times.
I don't give a fuck. Where's the time at? Where's the time at? Where's the time?
And it is no exaggeration.
Hurry up.
One of the most painful bites
Where's my
a human
mouse?
being can experience. It probably won't kill you, and that's not as a favor to you. There's at least one case of a centipede subtracting a person, and it was when a Venezuelan child opened a soda can and was mortally wounded by the crawly hidden inside. That does raise one hell of a question though. Would you rather take a bite from a centipede or stings from bullet ants? How it got its name is pretty straightforward, but its indigenous name translates to the one who.
Oh, I survived. Thank God. Thank God. I still saw some legs sometimes, but thank God. I heard no facts. I don't even think I retained any information about what that nigga was saying. I didn't retain any information. I don't know what he said about centipedes, bro. I was literally just trying not to, bro, because I kept seeing a little bit of legs as I was looking for the time. And I was freaking out. If you get bit, you're dead, pretty much. Okay, for sure. That's why I don't like them. Okay, makes sense.
Deeply, as well as 24-hour ant, because you're scheduled for 24 hours of agony and untold suffering once you get bit. Entomologist Justin Schmidt has described a sting as less like a gunshot and more like walking over flaming charcoal with 3-inch nails stuck up your foot. The ants are even used as a rite of passage for the Sateremawe people, with those initiated having to wear a glove of these piss ants for some time, all while being lit up by the insects. It's a process that can cause temporary paralysis and hallucinations, and the process is done not once, but up to 20 times. It's a different level of pain, but one that's not lethal, as bullet ants have never killed a person. Yeah.
That we know of.
So as unpleasant as a run-in with a wandering spider, centipede, or ant
fuck
army
off,
would
fuck
be,
off, fuck
those
off.
aren't the bites you fear the most. This is.
Fuck off! Bitch! It's taking a lot for me to finish this motherfucker. I can't, this is a great video. I told you, this is gonna be one of them ones, bro. But holy shit. You pushing it, my nigga.
Bug is statistically one of the deadliest animals in the Amazon.
Really?
With a worldwide kill rate of over 10,000, with over 7 million
10,000?
people infected. And it's because the assassin bugs can spread a parasite that delivers Chagas disease. A parasite they spread through their poop. Once you accidentally rub the infected feces into a bite wound, you've been got, and you often don't realize it until you wake up looking like you lost an argument to Mike Tyson. It's an uncomfortable, unsightly disease, one that erases tens of thousands of lives in the Amazon, including, allegedly, Charles Darwin. It's highly suspected that the long-time 40-year illness and eventual demise of the father of evolution was caused by a one-time run-in with a kissing bug and the development of Chagas that came after. By the numbers, that makes this bug one of the deadliest creatures in the jungle. But not number one. That spot goes to the deadliest animal of all time. The animal you should fear the most isn't a jaguar, anaconda, caiman, or even unethical Viagra. It's the mosquito. The mosquito
of course,
buried more people than every single war in human history combined. And it's no different in Earth's biggest jungle, as Anopheles darlingi has killed untold numbers of people, as largely the biggest vector of malaria, along with other maladies like dengue, yellow fever, and even Zika. I consider them so dangerous because there's no confusion if a jaguar or viper bites you, but mosquito bites can easily go under the radar until you wake up to the Grim Reaper on your nightstand. And the worst part is, mosquitoes could easily be way worse. One, because only females suck blood, but also because out of the thousands of species, mainly 3 are responsible for census cuts on humanity. One adjustment by them and they could possibly wipe us out, but again,
literally, if all of them, like only 3 species of mosquitoes out of all the mosquitoes that roam this fucking earth, only 3 are able to kill us. If they evolve, it's over. And everybody in this chat has been bitten by a mosquito at least once. Imagine if every time it was either gonna send you to the hospital or be fatal.
It might be our own fault they're so dangerous, as deforestation has boosted the number of bites, and those same deforested areas can have biting rates 278 times the normal. And that's why it's humans that are tied for the most dangerous animal in the Amazon. It's been said that deforestation has killed 500,000 people in the last 20 years, nearly 30,000 a year attributed to heat stress. But human-caused deaths can be even more direct, as over 1,700 activists have been murdered in the Amazon between 2012 and 2021, while trying to prevent activity like mining, oil drilling, and logging. That's more than the deaths due to jaguars, anacondas, caiman, venomous snakes, and spiders combined. So no, I'm not just being edgy when I say one of the most life-threatening things you can run into in the world's most dangerous jungle is another human. And most of those mercs were indigenous activists fighting for their land. Now keep in mind, it was also humans that nearly drove the caiman out of commission, a panther into past tense, and many, many more. As for the Amazon, it is as dangerous as it is beautiful, and the animals in it are really only doing what they can to survive, and both are worthy of our respect and fear. Because the most terrifying thing about them is the reality of a world where they're not here.
True. Hey, you know what I'm saying? This is a Brazilian activist and famous for putting poisonous venomous animals in his mouth to raise awareness and protect against Amazon. Yeah, he's fucking wildin'. Nigga got a snake and a frog in his mouth. He fucking wildin'. Anyway, casual W video. Holy shit. Holy yap session. Oh my god. 55 fucking minutes. 55 minutes of recording, chat. Jesus Christ. Yeah, never make this video again. Bro. Good video though. Good video.